we've got Andy here, okay. I've worked a bit with Andy and I've watched Andy work with the bowlers against me, okay, and he does know his stuff, especially when you're annoying him when you're a batter, okay. Listen to everything he's got to say, and I'll hand straight over and we can get cracking.
Cool, thanks for coming guys. So, with the bowling session today, you're going to hear some common themes. With the session, we're going to try and keep it as simple as we can, and it's all about energy, momentum, and alignment to where we want to bowl. So all the different components of our technique, components of the action, are going to revolve around that. The idea with the action is that if our energy and our momentum is going towards the target, then our alignment's going to probably be pretty good, our line's going to probably be pretty good, and it's going to give us the best chance to bowl quicker. Okay? So we're going to start with runner. Okay, so why do we have a runner? I'm going to open the floor. Make the ball go faster, yeah. Cool.
It would be more consistent.
More consistent, yeah. Anyone else?
You can build up momentum.
Perfect, momentum, great word, excellent. And then getting some rhythm as well. So the fastest bowlers in the world, they're bowling 80 to 90% of their max running speed. So they don't necessarily look like they're running quick on TV, but they are running pretty quickly. Jofra Archer is a classic example where he just looks like he's jogging in, but he is actually going quite quickly. Is that okay? So with the sessions today, I'm going to go through some technical aspects and then give you some exercises. And all of these exercises you can do at home yourself. You can do as part of your practice. And with practice with these, hopefully we can get you bowling a bit quicker, bowling a bit straighter, more consistent. Okay, so we're going to get into a bit of run-up stuff. Does everyone have a run-up? Does everyone know what their run-ups are? Yeah. How do you measure them out? Do you walk them out? Tape measure? Walk them out? No. All right. So as you guys get older, you start playing senior cricket. It's a really good idea to start measuring them out. Okay. So find out, is it 12 metres? Is it 15 metres? Then it's consistent every time. Reason for that, for playing a lot of cricket, we tend to get quite tight through our legs. You know, Monday walking pace might be quite long. But if we've been bowling all week, end of the week, it might be a bit shorter, so there might be a variation, okay? But as long as it's consistent. Right, running drills to start with. So, I'm going to go through a couple of technique exercises with you on how to improve our running. And this is revolved around sprinting. So, I'm going to demonstrate a couple of running technique drills. Then we get into it, this is going to be a bit of a warm-up for us. Okay. So an A skip, first of all, obviously we're used to all these. So when we're running in, we want to have nice high knees. And we want to be basically up on our toes, so running. So we don't want to be plodding along on our heels. We want to be working like a sprinter. So when you see a sprinter run, their heels never touch the ground. They're always on the front half of their foot. So with the A skip drill, we go up, up, up. And we're going to go down. So we're going to spread along the foot here. And we're going to go down halfway, and then we're going to walk back. So when we do the drill, nice high arms, nice full body. The knee comes straight up, up. And we're landing straight underneath ourselves. So we're not going too fast, we're walking on going up. Okay? Right, let's work on that one. Let's spread out here.
Cool. Hold it, guys.
But when your left foot goes up, we want to try and land on the left side of the line, right side of the line. What we don't want is crossover, crossover. Alright? So I'll demonstrate. So straight here again. We want to make sure there is a small space between our feet. Alright, so we'll go. Sometimes you see bowlers running and they're not running in how they'd run and chase a ball. So you see sprinters running and everything is nice and streamlined. They're not crossing over here and running in, because then they're going all over the place. Okay, so it's all about efficiency and then momentum going to the crease. So this time we're going to go on the line again, and I want you to run with high knees, but running a bit quicker. So this is a speed through here. High knees. Alright, use the line. Try and let your left foot land on the left side of the line, right foot land on the right side of the line. So once again, this time we're going to run a bit quicker. So I want your high knees still going, but this time I want you to branch out to 80% plus maximum speed. But use that line, okay? So when we're there, nice and tall. I don't want you leaning too far forward. Nice and tall with it. Drive the arms, drive the knees. Follow that line. Alright, so those drills there, working on the spot, up, straight up and down. It's almost like pistons going straight up and down, okay? We're not looking to go out to the side or crossing over. you know, you can work on these, you know, each day or as part of your warm-up or any of your training sessions. But, you know, I know like the Scottish guys, you know, a lot of the professional guys, they're doing this as part of their warm-ups every time they go and train. You know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, it's really important. So run up, we're building rhythm, we're building momentum, we're getting a nice speed up towards our delivery stride. So I've got 3 cones here, we're going to break up our delivery stride into 3 phases. Okay, so phase 1, we're going to step in first box, second phase, and then roll forward. Okay, there's a couple of key areas we're going to work on. We're going to go into pairs and we're going to work through this. Okay, so phase 1, we're going to step forward into the box on the left arm boulder. So left hand up, right foot forward. And when we're looking at this, our hand is coming up towards our shoulder. Okay, I don't want it to cross over to the other side. I don't want it to go out here. I don't want it to go behind your head. I want you to be able to see your hand. It might be underneath your chin, just here, where you're comfortable with, okay? Second phase, back foot contact, extending, okay? So imagine there's a piece of string, pulling that string as far as you can, all right? And then last phase, front foot contact, we're pulling our front arm down, and our head and our trunk are going straight down towards the target. As we let it go, really following through nice and strong, okay? So we're going to walk through this to start with. So first phase. 1, 2, 3. All the way through. Once again, trying to keep on that straight line. Okay? This is designed to be pretty tough. It's just challenging the movement patterns that you're used to doing, alright? So it's very easy just to go with the motion and just bowl the normal way. I really want you to overemphasize it and get used to holding set positions as we want to be, okay? Particularly the back foot contact. One little side point for the back foot contact is I was really talking about extending up high, but then the other phase of it is making sure that your front elbow or front knee is straight towards the target. That common theme again about momentum and energy towards the batter. Alright? What we don't want to do is your knee to be off here and then your arm to be off here, or vice versa. That's a mixed action. Okay? So, all energy, so you can focus through that there. Now, I want you to grab a stump and we're going to hold the hand, and instead of holding the ball, you're going to hold halfway down the stump and your bowling hand. And this is going to highlight the pathway of your bowling arm. Alright? So, first phase, exactly the same, walking through. 1, 2, and then 3, alright? If you start crossing over, you're going to whack yourself in the head, okay? Alright, so it's going to overemphasize and really highlight where your bowling arm is going. Hands up while we want our bowling pathway to go straight towards the target. What's that going to do? Yep. Exactly. Yeah. So if all of our energy is going straight up and over, straight towards the target, pretty good chance it's going to go where we let the ball go from. Okay? The most technical part of today's session is going to be about back foot contact. Now, more appropriate for you guys, but there's a couple of good exercises. So the fastest bowlers in the world, when their back foot lands, the heel does not touch the ground. Okay? They're on their toes. Alright? Sometimes the heel may drop a little bit. And the reason for that is that's where you get your spring. So we want a stiff back leg. And the reason for that is you get this elastic energy bounce to propel you onto your front foot. If your back foot lands, if your back heel contacts, most people collapse on the back leg and their momentum, instead of going forwards, goes backwards. And then they have to try and regain all this momentum and then catapult over the top again. So they've just lost all their momentum. So with this here, I want you to land on your toes and try and slap your toes down on the ground when you jump. So, that's how it should sound, okay? Heels are not touching the ground. If you've got sore Achilles or sore calves, don't do it, all right? Give it a go. All right, and stop there. Cool. This time I want you to keep your knees straight. Give that a go. All right, that's better. All right. Well, you see how you're getting a bit of spring? Okay, this time I want you to jump and focus on pushing up through your heels only. So, see how it's softer? See how different that feels. Not getting anywhere, eh? So that's why we want to have that back foot contact. Stick that leg to get on the front foot. So these are nice drills that you can work on at home as well. So I would only do 5 seconds worth, have a break for about 15 seconds and do that 5 times, okay? The other one you can do is a back foot pulsing movement. So you're going to be in this back foot contact position and then you're so the heel's not touching the ground. So what we'll do is you're going to go into your respective nets and we're just going to try that, okay? So I want you to do about 6 or 7 hops and then just press, okay? Our wrist position and what we're going to be doing with our wrist when we're bowling the ball. Okay, so good on the ball. So if you've ever got free time, if you're just around the cricket club, around the cricket practice, I just want you to get used to flicking the ball out backwards, okay? And seeing if you get that seam bolt upright when you do it. So getting as much backspin on the ball as you can, and then getting that seam as straight as you can, okay? Just constantly working on that there. Now, a little drill, we're going to go into pairs. So if I work on with Ollie here, we're going to go in our pairs and we're going to just work from the elbow and we're going to flick the ball to our pairs and try and get the seam as perfectly straight as possible. And Ollie is much better than me than that. There we go. Good. Alright, so we want that ball to be back spinning and being perfectly straight. It can be on a slight angle. So if we're a right arm bowler, the ball's outswing, and we're having our angle of our seam here, then it's okay to come out like that, okay? What you can do here, come on in guys, so what you can do here is lie on your back. I haven't done this for a while, so this can go anywhere. But you can flick it and see if you can go straight up towards the ceiling. Alright, so flicking that wrist, fingers behind the back of the ball as far as you can, and see if you can land it straight down again, okay? Give that a go. I want you to try and run straight down the wire. I don't care if people say, oh, running straight down the wicket, this is just a good drill to get used to your momentum going straight down, okay? So you'll naturally start veering off anyway, but I just want you to see if you can run straight down and you follow through. So, we're running in, back foot, front foot, and then full go, going straight down. Alright, halfway down the crease. And all the fastest bowlers in the world that do similar things, but they cover the run up, they're all running well, they're all athletic, their alignment and their stiff leg or back foot contact, they all have that, and then momentum going down towards the target, they've all got that as well. They're not veering off, pulling off into the net, crossing over in their body, everything's kind of how it should be. So what we've covered today, nice simple drills, nice simple information, and stuff you can practice with at home as well. So the run up with the A skips you work on, with the back foot contact, you've got your pogo jumps and your back foot pulsing, and then the wrists, you can lie in the back, flick the ball, back flicks, and then flick the ball to a puck.
Having like a braced front leg quite important.
So that's important as well. Yeah, we didn't cover that today, and that's another component there. So brace front leg, it doesn't have to be a blocked front leg. It can be slightly bent, but as long as it doesn't keep collapsing when you're bowling the ball. So that comes with strength. If you get your back foot contact right, then generally your front foot contact is going to follow later. You're going to generally be braced with the front leg generally. But that's for another session. But yes, you're right here. The other couple of components of what the fastest bowlers do in the world, so braced front foot contact, and then they get really big trunk flexion when they bowl the ball. So they're not just watching the ball float down, they're almost trying to take their head down towards their waist. So they're really flexing hard. Okay? And then I suppose another key part of bowling quick as well is you have to want to bowl fast as well. So you have to have a desire, you have to run in hard, you have to want to be a quick bowler. You're not just going to jog in, go through the motions, through the crease and delivery, and then expect to bowl 80 plus mile an hour. You have to really run in hard, be aggressive at the crease, strong action, and that desire to want to bowl fast. That's a big part as well.